Thank you. But just knowing that you don't have to do it alone. If you feel like you are doing it alone, you're doing something wrong, right? I, for a while, thought I had to do it alone. I was so wrong. So wrong. I have such an amazing team. And then I found all of these ladies that run the text thing is under leadership updates, I believe, in your cloud office. It'll show the phone number, and then you just text join to that. Of course, it'll say the message data, whatever fees may apply. Then you have to accept yes, and then it'll send it out, and then you'll get random text messages from Laval. But I was reading my book for personal development, which is so important, especially when it comes to getting rid of those limiting beliefs, right? We have to believe in ourselves before we can do anything. Before we can expect anyone else to believe in us, we have to believe in ourselves. So I was reading my book, The Greatest Secret, and there was a line in there, and it really, it's kind of funny because once I tell you the line, it made me think a lot, right? And that line was, what is wrong right now if you don't think about it? If you don't think about it, what is wrong right now? Absolutely nothing. It's our mind. Our mind is so powerful at convincing us that we can't. Our mind is so powerful at convincing us that there's something wrong because it's uncomfortable. So then it throws us into this whole like fight or flight, or, past trauma wounds come up, and we instantly start with the negative self-talk instead of the positive. So stop and think about that randomly throughout the day. Like if you find yourself getting overwhelmed or you start to compare, just stop and think, what is wrong right now if I don't think about it? More than likely, there's going to be nothing wrong. If you stop giving those thoughts power, there's nothing there. But if you start to remind yourself how freaking awesome you are and build on those thoughts, so much more can come of it, right? So replace those negative thoughts with positive ones. It takes 3 positive thoughts to undo what a negative thought can do to your brain, right? And that's like crazy. So let's just think positive ones so we don't have to constantly come up with new positive ones. For myself, when I would get stuck, I would reach up, like, okay, I really want this, but I don't understand why it's not coming. What am I doing wrong, right? Well, are you doing the work, or are you getting lost in the scroll? There was a lot of times where I'd be scrolling and liking and scrolling and loving and throwing out compliments and doing whatever, but there was no intention behind it. I was just doing it to say I did it. And then I stop and think about it, and it's like, yeah, I'm doing all the things. But who did I just leave that comment on? Who did I just send that message to through their stories? Like, they have to go back and look. Like, be intentional about it and write it down so that you can build on that relationship. When you have 5,000 friends in your network, which I don't yet, but I'm working on it because I'm adding at least 5 people daily, because that's one of the things that was holding myself back, because I wasn't growing my network. I was talking to the same people every day, right? So if you find yourself stuck and that's why, clean up that friends list, just scroll through, get rid of all the inactive accounts, or people that or like turn their account off and there's just like no picture there or anything. Get rid of them because they're hurting your algorithm. Go into your groups, get rid of the groups you're not active in because it's hurting your algorithm, and then add new people, right? And then love on them. Be intentional with building the relationship for them. And if it's scary, you absolutely have to do it, because that means you haven't been. And this push group that is going on right now, I realized that I do often send messages through stories because millions are made in the messenger, guys, right? But like I said, I wasn't intentional with it. So one of the challenges, sorry, my kid woke up and it threw me off, was the 5-star day, right? And in that was sending 15 messages through stories. And I thought, piece of cake. Well, guess what happened? As soon as I started doing it, those negative self-talk started, like, these people don't want to talk to you. What are you even going to talk to these people about? And I shook it off and I said, no, Jana, like I literally in my head said, no, Jana, you know that you have value. You know that even if it's just a compliment, that is going to make this person smile. You know that you can do this. And I set a timer for 15 minutes, sent 15 messages just like that. And I was like, thank you, Jana, for getting out of your own dang way, right? Please go lay down. So just doing those things that scare you the most. If you don't go live, we talk about this all the time. Find someone to go live with you. If you're brand new and you've never done it before and that's what terrifies you, guess what? We were all there one time. I've been doing this for 3 years, and in my Facebook memories, all of those first lives are coming up as memories. The placement of my phone, like the things that I said, the amount of ums. Good morning. I have to tell you about this thing that I'm doing, and it's really good, and it makes me feel really good, and you should do it too. But you know what? I didn't delete them. I look at them and I'm like, dang, look how far I've come. And that is another thing that you need to do. Look how far you've come. Don't look at how far you have to go to reach your goals. I mean, of course, it's always, you need to see how much work you need to do, but look at the wins that you've achieved so far. Maybe it was that you were terrified to go live, but you did it. Done is better than not doing it at all, right? Maybe it was that you were too afraid to send a follow-up message. If you put a post out saying like, who wants this? And someone actually said, yes, message me. And then you're like, oh crap, now what do? I have to actually message this person. And then you do it. That's huge. Celebrate the small wins. Because when you start to celebrate all those small wins, when those big ones come, that's when you like message your upline crying like a freak and like all excited. But you know what? They're going to message you back and they're going to be just as excited. And that's what I love about this company is all of the wins, all of them, no matter what they are huge because it's personal growth. And anytime we're growing is a win. Like it just is. And if you're not having any wins right now that you consider a win because you're getting in your own way, look at all the people that are winning right now. Use that as fire. Shout them out. Take those, Thriving Free or 4K or Maui Gym or bonus earner or whatever pictures and throw them in your stories. Your followers aren't going to know that those people aren't your teammate directly. They're not going to know that you didn't sign that person. They just know, oh my gosh, there's all kinds of people winning. What's going on over here? I need to check this out. So don't be afraid to share those wins. We absolutely should be cheering each other on, right? Because when it's your turn, you're going to want people to cheer you on, right? So think about that too. Like, dang, use that fire. My upline just got 2 new customers over the weekend and she hasn't worked because of life in a while. And it's so exciting because it just reignited that fire in her. And that's what it is getting new people on Thrive will get rid of all of that doubt in your head. Getting a 3-day trial out when you haven't in months is like the best feeling ever. When you go to the post office or you hit send in your back office. Like knowing, okay, I did it. This is the first step. Now I'm going to follow up with them because if you don't, there's no reason to even send in the thing. I'm going to make sure they're taking it right. And then on day 2, I'm going to cheer them on and say, do you want to continue this feeling? This is how we can do it. Let's get you a part of our 60-day challenge. 60 days sounds a lot more doable than 8 weeks. And that is genius. When I saw that, I was like, marketing, this is why you do what you do, because just changing that wording makes it sound so much shorter, even though it's the exact same thing, right? So knowing how to sell it without selling it, right? Because we're not in the selling business, we're in the helping business. And that was another thing that used to stick me. Like, I would be like, I can't do this. I feel bad selling this to this person when she's a single mom and she's struggling. No, you're not selling it. She needs the energy so that she can take care of her family, so that she can go to work, so that she can continue to live and be happy doing it. And then you can offer her the business, and she might be the next rock star flying to the top. Because you stopped prejudging and took the selling out of it and put the helping into it, that changes everything. We often say, you know, what's their pain point? What's wrong with them? What can we help them fix? Right? Are they not getting sleep? Do they need energy? Do they need the mood support? Do they need to lose weight? Do they need to gain weight? Like, don't forget that factor. You know, are they ones that work out and they want to build muscle? What is it that they are looking for? Look for those cues in their posts, build the relationship, and offer them a solution to their problem. You're not selling them anything if they have a problem, right? Like, you know, if your house is on fire, the fire department comes because they want to help you. They don't say, well, I don't know if they really want me there. I don't know if I should really go and put that fire out, because I mean, yeah, their house is on fire and I do have what would put it out, but they didn't really come straight out and ask me. That's not how it works. You know, people love to be stuck. People love to be miserable. They're not really actively looking for a solution. Think about your story. How long did you watch your friend before you finally reached out and asked for trial, or before they reached out and you finally said yes? You were comfortable in your struggles because that's what's familiar to people. We know how to do hurt. We know how to do exhausted. We know how to do sad. We know how to do, you know, struggling. Well, you're 5 months. That's nothing. I was over a year because I was so comfortable being stuck, right? Like, that's what I knew. So to say yes to something that was going to help with all of the things that I was stuck in was really scary. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one out there, right? So keep that in mind as well. You know, 2 years, see? And I thought I was a skeptic. So just knowing that we're here to help. Why did you start this? Did you start it because it made you feel amazing and you wanted to help other people? Yes, exactly. That's exactly it. Just knowing, sharing what you were versus what you are now. And I know opening up and sharing the yuck can be very scary. Believe me, it can be very scary. Like I said, I started out 3 years ago talking about how good this stuff is. And then a year later, I was talking about how I was a child of abuse and neglect. And then I realized, oh shoot, I'm an alcoholic too. I better do something about that. So I got sober and I started opening up about that. Did I get a lot of flack from my family? I sure did. I do every single day. But do I also get those messages in my inbox that say, thank you so much for sharing your story? I'm now 10 days sober. Yep, I get those too. And those are the ones that matter to me, because those are the lives that are changing, not the people over here in my ear telling me that I need to just be quiet and shove all that stuff in a closet. That's not how we heal. It's not how we grow. You know, it's scary and it's uncomfortable, but it's also how you get out of your own way. When you realize what you're limiting yourself, like I can't do that because I can't do a living room local because my house isn't nice enough yet. Who the hell said? You said, right? Get out of your own way, host the local, or find somewhere else to do it. I just had my first one and I've been wanting to do it for 2 years, but I was too afraid to do it on my own. And I was trying to take people with me. Well, those people, well, we'll do it this. No, yeah. You know what? Dang it. I want it. So I'm going for it. So I did it. And it was scary. Nobody really showed up. There was one person that came, but I'm going to do it again in May. And then 2 people are going to show up because I'm putting that out there. It's just going to keep growing. You have to do whatever that voice in your head is telling you can't. Because when you do it, oh my God, you feel like Superman, right? When you are done, you are like, yes, I did it and I didn't die and I'm happy and I'm proud of myself. And you're in your team chat talking about it and your sidelines and whoever is going to cheer you on. And it just makes you feel so good, even if nothing comes of it this time. You know that you did it and you can do it again, right? Morning, buddy. So stop putting limits on yourself. Think back to when you were a kid. You can do anything, right? You're going to climb up a tree and jump out of it. There's no way in heck, I'm not doing that now. But as a kid, you're fearless. Borrow that from your children if you have to, right? Because they don't know yet. They haven't had all of these things dumped on them yet. They absolutely think, hey, you two, that nothing can stop them in life. And honestly, nothing can stop you either if you believe that you can, right? So just remember why you started. Remember what it is you wanted out of, you are so welcome, what you wanted out of network marketing. Did you want it for time freedom? Okay, that's awesome. Do the work now so you can have the time freedom later, right? Like if you're still working a job and you're doing this and you're like, I have no time and that's why I signed up. Are you putting in enough work that you can get rid of that job so that you can have the time freedom? You know, look at yourself in the mirror and realize where you're getting stuck. Is it the fear of success? Is it that you're telling yourself that you're not worthy of having a team, or you're not worthy of being a 200K in this company? Because you know what? You are absolutely worthy of success. You are worthy of being whatever you want out of this company, out of this business. If it's just that you want to thrive for free, you go out there and you get 2 customers and you do that. And when you do, let us know so we can shout you out, because that alone is a huge achievement. If you want to come in here and you want to stop at 12K because you just want your vehicle paid for, that's okay too. Do it. And then let us know so we can cheer you on. Know what it is you want so you know the path you need to get on, right? If you don't know what you want, how do you know what work to do? So remember what it is that you want. So I'm sorry, I'm just lost my spot in my notes, guys. For a while, I was stopping myself because I was afraid of what I had to give up to make it happen, right? My husband is not, he loves the product. He's not the most supportive of the business, even though he promotes it too. I'm like, dude, you tell people all the time, you're a promoter. Like you tell them about our products all the time. That's what I do. Like, get over yourself, right? But for the longest time, I used that as an excuse. Like, I can't get on this Zoom. My husband will be mad. I can't go to that local. My husband will be mad. I made him come with me. I said, you know what? I need this for me. I am worthy of this too. I supported you in your dream. Now you get to support me in mine, because that's what a marriage is. So either you come with me or I go by myself. Wasn't an easy conversation, you guys. Was definitely not easy. But once he realized that that meant that much to me, and we set some boundaries, because you still have to do that. You have to have respect. You can't be working from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. and neglect your family, right? So, just if that is what's holding you back, if it is your relationship with your spouse or your significant other, or whatever, just sit down and say, look, this really means something to me. It really does. I know that if I really put the work in, I can do something with this. And my dogs, I'm sorry, guys. Hey, Stuart, enough, please. And just let them know, like, this is what I need to do. If you just tell them this is what I want, well, good for you. What does that mean for me? Well, it means that on this day, from this time to this time, so from this time to this time, there's a Zoom. It's 1 hour out of the day. So I'm going to do that. Or if it is, please respect that I want to listen to this replay while I'm cooking dinner, do that. If it is, like for me, it's between 7 and 7:30, the phone goes down. He's a monster. My phone is down. I work, I'm stay-at-home mom. My kids go to school all day. So this is my full-time gig. And because of that, I'm able to say 7 o'clock at night, my phone is down. That's my time for me and my husband to watch a movie, talk, we work out at night. But just setting that one boundary and sticking with it and having him see me put my phone down, he became so much more supportive. And then that block moved out of my way, right? So sometimes it's not our own limiting beliefs that are slowing us down. It's those around us. And when we surround ourselves with negativity, we soak it up, right? So look at the people you surround yourself with too. If they're super, okay, you too. Walter, put egging him on. That's enough. Come here. Lay down. If you're surrounding yourself with negativity, you're going to absorb it and you're going to believe it. If you're surrounding yourself with people that are constantly cheering you on and constantly like lifting you up, you are going to feel like you are on top of the world and you can achieve anything, right? And even your social media, look who you're following on social media. If you wake up in the morning and hopefully you're doing your gratitude before you even touch your phone, and you have a morning routine and there's personal development in there, or yoga, or whatever it is for you to get yourself right, I'm telling you, don't touch your phone right away in the morning. That was another thing that I would look at my phone and it was like negative news, like all of these yucky things first thing in the morning. Guess what? That's all you're going to think about the rest of the day. But if you get up and you fill your own cup with whatever it is that makes you happy, for me, it's gratitude first thing. Like, I don't do anything, but I do my gratitude. And then I do a little meditation. And then I look on social media and I'll throw my capsules and my stories, my good morning post. I always try to throw something inspirational out there so that when people do wake up and it's the first thing they do in the morning, at least they can see that, right? So the people you surround yourself with, the music you listen to, the things that you read, the TV you watch, your social media, all of that affects the thoughts in our head. So cleaning all that up is going to do huge things for you, you know. And now if you're like a murder documentary type of person, if that's what does it for you, great, do more of that. I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like, do what makes you happy and can get you focused, right? Laser focus. For my kids too, they had to learn, like, I send a lot of voice clips, a lot of voice clips. I want people to hear how excited I am all the freaking time. Like, I make my shake and my stories every morning, and I'm singing and dancing at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, if you're not doing this in the morning, you're doing something wrong, you guys. Like, this is how we're supposed to feel in the morning. And my kids now, they do the Thrive gummies. So they'll come in, they'll be like, yeah, these gummies are great. You know, they're like my little mini advertisers. But it wasn't always that way. As soon as I touched my phone, it was mom, 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 mom. So I had to teach them, like, if mom is sending a voice clip and I do this, just give me that 1 minute. And then I will give you my undivided attention. Okay. You know, or if I know I need to send a message or a bunch of messages or get some work done, like summer's coming. My kids are done with school already, May 19th. And they know this is what mom does. I'll tell them, like, okay, mom needs an hour. I'm going to do a power hour real quick, get some stuff done, and then we can go and do X, Y, and Z. But if you keep interrupting me, it's going to be that much longer. So getting rid of your limiting beliefs by telling yourself you absolutely can, setting the bound, don't do that. They are really good though. You know, setting those boundaries with your family so that you're not using them as a limiting belief. You're not using them as an excuse to not do it, right? For me, my kids are my why. I'm not about to use my why as an excuse as to why I can't do this, right? So knowing your why, and if your why doesn't make you cry, dig deeper, guys. Like, for real, you have to, the sleep gummies are amazing. You know, you have to know why you're fighting the good fight to do this. If you have an unsupportive family, why are you, you know, pushing so hard that this is important for you? Is it just because you're fighting? We get very comfortable with that sometimes. You know, is it your kids? Is it to bring your husband home? Is it because you wanted something for you? And that is absolutely okay for that to be your why. You know, I didn't know who I was for a long time. After I got married and I had my daughter, I was mom and wife. I didn't remember who Jana was anymore. That was part of the problem, is I did everything for everyone else and I forgot who I was. So then when I was told I needed to find my 5 things, like, I knew my why was my kids. I wanted to be able to be home for my kids. I wanted to show my kids that you can set your mind to do anything in life and you can achieve it. You know, I eventually wanted to be able to bring my husband home if that's his choice. Probably will never happen because he loves what he does and he can't just sit here. But you know, that was my why. And then I was told, what are your 5 things? Well, I don't know. I don't know who I am. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I have some dogs. No. Who are you? What are your 5 things? Well, I'm a mom, you know, and I was like, oh, what do I like? So I had to really dig deep and go back to pre-kids, pre-husband. What did I enjoy? So if you don't know your 5 things, do that. And it might be uncomfortable. It might make you sad, but that's okay, because we have to go through things. We have to feel things to heal things, right? Stop that, Walter. You're being a pest. You're getting him going. The little one always picks on the big one, and then the big one don't stop. So look at it. And I realized when I looked at it that yoga was really important to me for a really long time. And then I just stopped because I didn't make the time for myself. Remember that personal development thing? You have to make time for you because you're never going to find time. I promise you that. You will never find time for yourself. You have to make it a priority, a non-negotiable, right? So I got back into yoga, and I firmly believe that this business and being told every day, do your self-development, do your personal development. You matter too. I was able to get my yoga certification to teach because I learned to believe in myself through this company, through the 6 a.m. Zoom that I was on every day, because it was one that didn't affect my family, right? That wasn't getting in my husband's way when he was super like anti, you ain't doing this. You know, I was like, well, the 6 a.m. Zoom is my spot then, because I can get on that without it affecting my family. And for 3 years, I got on the 6 o'clock Zoom and was poured into and told that you are worth it. You can do this. Look in the mirror today and do some mirror work, as uncomfortable as it is. And what is mirror work? It's looking at yourself and saying, I am worthy of success. I am a great leader. I am worthy of a team. I am 12K, whatever rank it is that you want. Say it and say it and say it. And all of a sudden, one day you're going to say it and it's just going to come natural and it's not going to feel weird. That's you believing it. It's hard. It's uncomfortable, especially if your whole life you've been told the opposite of those things. That's when the I am strong. I can overcome anything that is thrown at me. Right? So if you don't know your why, figure that out today. And then get out of your own dang way and do the thing. If you don't know your 5 things, you absolutely have to do that. Start with 3, just so you know how to be posting, because maybe that's it. And if you're not sure, reach out to a sideline person, someone or a friend that you know will be open and honest with you and not sugarcoat it, and have them look at your page. Like, what do you see when you look at my page? What do you feel? Is it inspirational? Is it spammy? Is it anything, or is it just a bunch of randomness? You know, like, what do you feel when you look at my page? And then take their criticism and don't start with the negative stuff. Don't start comparing yourself, but adjust from there. Maybe you need to go back out on your page and delete, or don't delete, hide or archive a bunch of posts. Maybe you have a bunch of old sales stuff out there, you know, you're offering incentives or whatever, and you never went out and hid that. Go out and hide those, you know, start posting about your 5 things. And if you really stuck with that, a great interactive post is, hey, you guys, I was having a conversation and I'm curious, what do you think of when you think of me? People will love to tell you what they think of you. Not going to say it's always going to be good. Some of it'll be comical. Some of it'll be like, oh, you know, like they really care about me. But it's a really great way to kind of see what people see when they look at your page, because they're going to come out and tell you, because especially if they're not a personal friend and they comment, it is literally what they know of you from what you're posting on your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever platform it is that you use. So that's another fun one. I like to do that one actually periodically, just to see if I am truly doing my 5 things. So it's a good test post as well. Just make sure that you're on track and doing the things that you think you're doing, right? Step into the fear. Step into it. Because the scary things, like I said, is what's going to make you grow. So if, like I said, the thought of going live makes you sick to your stomach, you need to go live. Step into it. Grab a hand and do it. Start small even. Go in your stories. And if you go in Instagram, you push the hands-free button on the side. There'll be like the boomerang. If you drop that down, there's a hands-free button. It'll give you 4 slides, boop, 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 before it cuts you off. Do it that way. If you, if sending that first message is scary, like I said, type it up and send it to an upline, a sideline, a close friend, or whatever, and say, does this sound good? Like, what could I tweak on this before I send it to this potential customer? You don't have to do it alone, but you have to do the scary thing, right? You have to do the scary thing. You have to do the scary thing. That is how we grow in life. When you're back to when you were a kid, you wanted to learn how to ride a bike. It was scary because you knew you were going to fall down, but you learned to ride the bike. You wanted to learn how to swim. It's scary because you could drown, but you did it and you learned how to swim. Babies learning how to walk, they fall down all dang time. They bump their head. They fall on stuff, but they keep getting up and doing it again until they get it right. Borrow your strength from someone that has it and do the scary thing. I'm here to help you guys. Like I said, I do this all day, every day. I'm here, except for Tuesdays. I have to take care of my grandma, and that's like a whole nother thing. But otherwise, I am available I'm Central Time, but it's like I drop my kids off at 8 a.m. and I sit here till 3 p.m. doing the thing, right? Between housework and Zooms and whatever, I'm here. So if you want someone to go live with, I will interview you. You can interview me, whatever it is. If you just want me on your live for support, you can do that too. Reach out. Hey guys, I'm going live. Could you just hop on? Help me if I get stuck. Throw something in the comments. If the comments scare you, swipe them aside and just say, hey guys, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments. I'll come back to them. I swipe them all the way or I get distracted. Or, feel free to message me in my inbox if you have any questions, inviting them in, because a lot of times people I have customers that don't want people to know that they're my customers because they don't want people to know they're on a journey, because should they fall off, they don't want to have to admit that to everybody, right? Because it's scary to say I failed. So, just invite them in to you when you do go live. If I know this is a lot of mad rambling, but message me directly with any questions. I'd love to answer your questions without any pressure, whatever. But just offering them that option to just message you directly, and it's not going to be weird, because that's another thing is people are afraid to reach out and ask for help. So offer them the hand for them to take it, to message you, because as much as we get in our own way, everybody else is getting in their own way too. So don't think that what you're doing is wrong and that's why nobody's coming to you. Maybe it's just a tweak of the words that you're using to help people think that they can't, right? The E60, 60-day challenge. This is huge. And I know change is uncomfortable for people. Like I said, I've been here 3 years. This is new. And I've already seen it in team chats. Like, ugh. It's not that big of a deal. If anything, it's better because people have been doing the 75 hard challenge. People do 21-day walking challenges. People do 14-day fitness challenges. Well, guess what? We have a 60-day take your health back challenge. Use the Ultimate Thriver winner pictures or any of the Ultimate Thriver before and after pictures. They did this in 12 weeks or is 84 days or something like that. You see what you can do in 60. Can you beat their progress in 60 days? Like spin it to get people like, what were they using? What were they doing? Could I do that? I could do that. If they can do that, I can do that, So using the words, using the resources at hand to inspire people, right? Use that E60 to, if you're just jumping back in, use that as a jumping off platform, right? Forget what you used to do. Start today doing something new, using this new marketing strategy of a 60-day challenge. If you get people messaging you saying, well, I can't commit to 60 days. Well, you know what? Let's do 30 days and see how you feel at the end of 30 days. Don't ever just, okay, I'm here if you need me. Offer them something else, but don't be pressury, like, well, you really should, like, okay, I can understand that. Love them where they're at because change is scary, right? and then stop the thoughts that are going to pop into your head as soon as they say that they can't commit to 60 days, because as soon as you hear that I can't, we instantly like, oh, we start beating ourselves up, right? Like, oh, I shouldn't have said this, or I should have said that, or I should have put him in a 3-way right away, or I should have, coulda, woulda, right? Just stop. You don't have to respond instantly either. That was a huge mistake I used to do. Like, oh, I got to do this. They messaged me. I got to message them right now. Super excited. Like somebody bit on the line. Like that shows desperation too, right? Like it's a little desperate. So give it a minute. Get your thoughts, compose yourself, do a happy dance, whatever you got to do to get that energy right. And then, hey, I'm so glad you reached out, like, so I don't know. That's really all I have. I just really wanted to encourage you guys, because I know mid-month we all start looking, we all start like, oh, I got so much work to do. Or maybe it's the other side, like, I did it, I hit what I wanted to do, now I'm just gonna sit back. Don't stop. Don't you dare stop. You keep going. Push through it. Keep going. See if you can go further. If you hit all your goals you set for this month, double it. You got half a month left. If you hit all your goals by mid-month, do it again. Double it. Dare ya. So that's all I got. Check out that text thing. It's kind of cool. I was in the beta thing for it. So it's just once a day. It's not even like tasks. It's just kind of like reminders or tips. E60, get out there and promote that. Start your challenge with people if you haven't. Right now is a great time to talk about it, because it gives people time to get that auto ship set up for the 20th, the 25th. They can get their stuff in time to start it. The 25th is iffy, hit or miss if they're going to get their stuff in time. If you're in Canada, definitely get those people this week so they can get their stuff by May 1st, start the challenge May 1st, or even, May 15th, whatever you think, or your team. There's a ton of groups out there that are already started with different teams. My upline has a customer group that we're all in, that we're inviting our customers into, to promote that. But at the beginning of the month, we were talking about it. As soon as we heard, or not the beginning of the month, as soon as we heard about the E60, we started talking about how can we get people 10-day detox before the 60 days, right? Really get them thriving again if they fell off and are coming back, or get them thriving good right from the start by doing that 10-day detox. I'm guilty. I've never done it. I'm afraid of it. I'll be honest. So yes. No purchase. That's okay though. That's okay. If you keep pushing her, or suggest plus line stuff. If they just have the 3 steps, suggest an upgrade on the DFT, suggest adding in Sculpt, you guys. Oh my gosh, did I have a transformation using Sculpt? Like that is where it's at. Adding collagen in, that's new. If they haven't tried the collagen yet, it has done so much for my skin. I just got the drink now too, and I'm just like, bring it. I want all of the reverse aging. I know it's not going to help with their fitness, but it's going to help with their joints. It's going to help with their physical appearance. And when we feel that we look good, it boosts our confidence to try a little bit harder, right? It's a little vain, but it's the truth. You always feel a little bit sassier when you got that dress on, or you throw some lashes on, or what, maybe for you it's muck boots. I don't know. Everybody's different, but just think of what you can add on to what they already have. Just a suggestion. I know you have the 3 steps, but have you tried XYZ? These results are, and find a before and after picture. They're out there. Utilize the tools you have at hand. They don't have to be your personal results. Use everything, every avenue. Use your sidelines, use your uplines, use your downlines. Use the pictures that are out there on the team pages, whatever it is. But know that you can. You absolutely can. Shake it off. Shake it off with me, everybody. Shake it off. Shake it off the first half of the month. We're going to step into the new half, and we're going to tackle all the goals that we set out that we might be falling short on, because we can if we get out of our own way, right? That's all I got. So we're going to end this a little bit early, unless anybody has any questions or anybody wants to unmute and do their thing. I'm done.
I want to share something.
Awesome.
we, you know how they tell us all the time to always like do the customer service thing for your auto ship customers and whatnot, always send like a little thank you or whatnot. Well, I would send samples here and there. And then Friday morning, I woke up and the lady that would order maybe $70 to $90 worth of product a month on auto ship, I woke up to a $498 order because of those samples and her wanting to try new things. And then she had a referral that ordered yesterday. So it's always important to make sure you're keeping up with that customer service. It may take a while, it may not, but you'll be surprised at what good customer service and just a handwritten thank you with a little gummy in a bag just so they can taste it will do.
Yes, absolutely. Save some credits too. Throw them $5. You know, it doesn't have to be these huge dollar amounts. Anything to say thank you for being an auto ship customer or any customer is huge. If you don't have the credits, like Shannon said, just toss them. You know, I've been mailing out Chill and Heat as thank you if they haven't tried it yet. And I know my customer and I know what they're kind of going for. That's a great tip, Shannon, because yeah, everybody loves a little love, right? And the handwritten notes are huge. You don't get those anymore.
And you can put those small things in a regular envelope with one stamp. You can even send a cafe with one stamp. You just write on the envelope, not machinable, down at the bottom so they don't try to put it through the machine, and it will send with one stamp.
Yep. Or like the Boss Babe DFTs, those are super cute. You know, cut one of those off and throw it in if you know they're just a regular DFT user. Or if they've been thriving for a while, send them an ultra or a black label as a thank you. You know, one sticker. You know, it's not, it doesn't have to be anything huge. It's just the acknowledgement that you care about them and you're grateful for them, right? So that's huge. That's a really good tip. And that too is getting people on Thrive, getting those new people. It builds you up. When you do good things for people, it fills your heart and then you're happy. And then you just continue to spread that the rest of the day. And so will those people that receive those gifts from you. So I don't know. Anybody else? Anything? Any questions? All right.
But you were fire.
Yeah.
Great way to start the week.
Get out there and kick some butt today, you guys. Reach out if you need help with anything. You know, do the thing. And remember that new Zoom for the E60 is 11 Eastern. Nope, 12 Eastern, 11 Central. So that's a new one. So check it out if you can. Have an amazing Monday.